Donald Trump issues a stunning prediction on who will replace Joe Biden in the 2024 election. Y'all got to check this out.
Trump was on with Sean last night, and Sean asked a bunch of great questions, but here is something particularly germane to what we're talking about, and that is, does former President Trump care if Joe Biden is not the guy who's the nominee? Watch.
It looks to me like he may very well stay in. He's got an ego, and he doesn't want to quit. He doesn't want to do that. It just looks to me like that's what he wants. I think Jill would like to see him stay. She's having a good time. We prepared for him, but I don't think it's going to matter. We had a great 4 years. Our border was the strongest ever. Our economy pre-COVID was incredible, the best ever. Took out the worst terrorists in the world and defeated ISIS. That was a big thing. I was told it would take 5 years, and it took us a couple of months. We're heading into World War III, in my opinion, with this man semi-running things, because he's not running things.
What do you make of all the talk that if Biden steps aside or is pushed out, that it would be Vice President Harris?
I think that it will be her. I think they are very concerned about the vote if it's not her. They are very, very, they're gun shy. They don't want to do it any other way. I've actually come to believe that's what they're going to do. I think she's an ineffective person.
You know what I love about what Donald Trump just said right there? He basically doesn't care about who he's running against because he's running against his record. His record will speak for itself. The 4 years under Donald Trump, Americans were thriving more so than any other time that I could ever remember in every single facet. I know this is a bit different, but it reminds me of Conor McGregor. When he was fighting in the UFC, he basically said, I don't care who I'm fighting against. I know what I'm capable of, and I know the work that I put in. And that is the same way with Donald Trump. It doesn't matter who's against him. He knows what he's capable of doing for America, and he knows that it doesn't matter who they throw out there, they're not going to do as good a job as he can do. Throw whoever you want at me, and good luck, because you're going to need it.
Decided we were going to do a bet.
I heard about this yesterday.
If he was going to stay in and or not, and I still have the same view as the former president does as well, and it's clear why the former president, he's the easiest person to beat as well. But it doesn't look like Joe Biden is going anywhere. I mean, last week we were talking about the 25 House Democrats that were supposed to go on record and say, hey, we want him out. There's only 6 or 8 of them now that are willing to go. We hear about meetings in the Senate that they're supposed to have this big conference call and that they're going to rally together, get him out. Meetings are canceled. The Democratic Party has a hold on how they do things, and it's run from the top. And if Joe doesn't want to go, he's not going to go. And I think the concerning thing for Americans now is that Jill Biden, it looks like she's assisting him with this plan. Hunter Biden is now in meetings. Why in the hell is he there? A convicted felon. How do you go on the debate stage and look at your opponent and say, you're a felon, and then have your son, who's a felon, in these meetings? That argument is dead now. Here's Jill Biden making the case. She says that he is in it to win it. Watch.
Joe has made it clear that he's all in. That's the decision that he's made. And just as he has always supported my career, I am all in too. As Commander-in-Chief, President Biden wakes up every morning ready to work for you. That's what this election is all about. You. For all the talk out there about this race, Joe has made it clear that he's all in.
Must be nice to have a caretaker be able to speak for you, you know what I mean? So crazy because I feel like I see her more on the campaign trail than Joe Biden. And I'm just thinking, what about for Donald Trump? Do I ever see Melania Trump on the stage? Not really. That's a very, very rare occurrence because Donald Trump is capable. He can do it himself. He doesn't need people speaking for him. I mean, at this point, you might as well put her in the White House instead of him.
He's all in, I'm all in, and she's on the campaign trail. She's very ambitious. Yesterday alone, she was in North Carolina, Georgia, and Florida. And Kevin McCarthy was interviewed about what is he seeing? What is he seeing behind the scenes? And he said she's actually the one who calls the shots. Listen.
Jill out there, she's a hard campaigner. I will tell you, it's much different of why I know that they're going to stay in this race. Jill doesn't want to leave either. Many times when we had meetings in the Oval Office, Jill was there as well. Many times, I don't think she's there for policy. I think she's there to give him comfort and direct the meetings.
It was very telling at that in that soundbite we just played with her. She said, Joe's all in, and so am I, because there are many who feel that because the president appears infirmed or needs stage direction, she's essentially the stage manager.
Maybe it's more
for
like
America.
I'm all in and therefore he's in.
Well, no, she says I'm all in. Here's the thing. They're fighting for their lives, but rather than him being out because he can't, she's out. That's why she's barnstorming. That's why she was in 3 states yesterday. Because they have made it clear they are not going to leave the White House without a fight. And Joe has warned people close to him, according to Axios, he's staying in. But that is not a sure thing, because he knows that if the Democratic leaders, or the elites, as he referred to them yesterday, if they say, Joe, we can't raise money anymore, Hollywood says you got to go, the pundits say you got to go, all these Democrats in unsafe for Democrat congressional districts say you got to go, he's got to go. But Donald Trump was hit the nail on the head. It's about ego. And it's not just Joe Biden's ego. It's Jill Biden's.
But can we just talk about that? Because, you know, we were told in the past administration about norms and customs. Did you hear about Melania in the Oval Office with meetings? Did you hear about Michelle Obama in the Oval Office with? Did you hear about Laura Bush? I mean, maybe we heard about Hillary Clinton. Absolutely not. Maybe she would have discovered some things if she was in the Oval Office. There has never been a time where the First Lady is directing things inside of the Oval Office, and it's just sad. And Fox and Friends First had a guest on that was talking about this. At what point does it become elder abuse? It's clear he doesn't know certain things are happening.
Something that I noticed when she was walking from the coffee shop to the car, when she was out on the campaign trail yesterday, a female reporter, we couldn't see her face, was yelling, saying, what do you think about these House Democrats calling for your husband to drop out? And she didn't answer, and she's walking to the car, and then she finally turns to the reporters, who scream questions at them all the time.
All the time.
I've never seen this reaction from her. She says, why are you screaming at me? You know me. Don't scream at me. Let me talk. But then she didn't talk.
Right.
Here she is telling the reporters this. But it's very telling to me. She didn't answer the question, but it's very telling. She normally doesn't stop and talk to the reporters, but to me, it seemed like she is so tired of everyone asking her and putting pressure on her that in that moment, she turned to them and she snapped in a way.
Well, listen, I think ultimately for the Bidens, it is an existential threat to their survival, because I think Joe thinks, as well as he can, that if he's not president, he can't protect his family.
Exactly.
And he knows.
You're talking about Hunter?
Well, you know what? He knows, and we've heard this from the Hunter team, that they feel like Republicans, if they could, would go after Hunter. Mm-hmm. And that's why he wanted that immunity deal.
They probably worry. He's done politics his entire life.
I think Joe worries about his whole family and the peril they could be in if Donald Trump and Republicans return to power in the
It's funny because when Donald Trump got in 2016, did he go after Hillary Clinton? No. But are they going after Donald Trump with fire and fury this election? Yes, they are, for no other reason than they see him as a threat. I can almost guarantee, if Trump wins in this election and they never tried arresting him or doing anything with the lawfare, then I don't think he would go after Hunter Biden. But now that they want to play dirty, yeah, I do think they're going to go after Hunter Biden because he committed a crime and he needs to be held accountable. Going back to Joe Biden, this is 1000% elder abuse. This man is practically in his 80s. He is not all there cognitively. What he needs to do is retire, spend time with family and friends, and that's what's really important in life. He should not be in this stressful position. Only reason he's there is because he's easy to manipulate. They know they can get whatever they want while he's in office. If anything bad happens, he's the figurehead. He'll take the blame. But I'm telling you right now, if he was my grandfather, I would want him retiring. I want him out of this and just spend time with family. He doesn't have many years left. And what Jill Biden, the person who's supposed to love him most, is doing to him is just straight up disgraceful. It is just a power-hungry family. It just does not want to give up the limelight and power and the money that they have. It just doesn't seem like a true family that wants your best interests at heart. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this down below. What do you think? Do you think if Donald Trump gets elected in November, he's going to go after Hunter? Or you think he's going to pull another Hillary Clinton and just let bygones be bygones? I'd love to hear that down below. And if you enjoyed, make sure to smash that like, comment, subscribe. And I wish you guys nothing but the best. Until next time.